G'day, this is Captain Noob and this is the Fusillade grenade launcher. This is a highly customizable standalone multi-grenade launcher which can be crafted at the chemistry station, and its ammo can be obtained through buying through all of your Commonwealth Arms dealers. We're getting into these attachments. First of all, we've got the receivers. You can't do anything here, but the damage is going to be good enough, so we'll leave that alone. As it gets a little bit more interesting, we've got the barrels here. The standard barrel does nothing, that's just your standard run-of-the-mill. Vented barrel will reduce action point costs, but has more recoil and is a little bit heavier. High-tech barrel is lighter, reduces recoil and has better range. So in terms of grenade launch, we probably want to get as much range as we can possible. Now for the grips on this, you might notice there's going to be a lot of scavenger mods for this, and that is probably because, you know, that's what you'd use for a raider, or what raiders would use. So yeah, it will give your gun a nice raidery look. If you feel like having something a little bit less raidery but still sort of DIY cobbled together, then metal stock is the way to go. Pistol grip is your standard, and the tactical is what you'd see on the grenade launchers we have today out in the modern world there. So that's kind of good. That looks like an M4 stock there. Very nice. And if you want something a little bit more high-tech, then you've got this, which does better in terms of its stats. But yeah, I'm going to go with the tactical stock there because I kind of like the look of that better. Anyways, so we've got the cylinders now. This will dictate how much ammo you can actually hold. So the tin cylinder has 7, although the reload speed is a little bit less. Its tactical cylinder is what we've got now. That's got 6 in it. The hex cylinder holds 6 or so, but it's got a better reload speed and is lighter. The heavy grenade magazine holds 13 rounds in it, which is kind of awesome, and I want to chuck that on, although it is heavily penalized with its heaviness there, so we'll move on from that. Now the sights, you got a whole range of things here, more scaver stuff there, and a reflex sight and an angled sight, which I believe would help with calculating the drop of the grenade. So you know what, that feels appropriate for this thing. As you can tell, there's more high-tech stuff if you feel like using that too. So you can make this thing modern, really cobbled together, or futuristic, which is kind of great. That's some good customization options there. So we've got the tactical extended barrel there. We can chuck a foregrip on it. As far as I know, we're only going to be using assault rifle animation, so Winter over here will completely ignore this foregrip anyway, but I like it because it's nice and tactical. The metal dragon there gives it a little bit of a personality with a dragon's head there. That's actually kind of cool. And the tech barrels will make it look like a highly powered energy weapon, futuristic, blah blah blah. You've already heard me talk about that. And of course, if you want, you can have monitors on it, which is pretty great. So we'll turn that monitor on there. It's just something of a greebling that we'll be able to look at. That's it there. It's not in the way there, which is kind of nice. It's just more of this thing's sort of personality. It's a very nice and customizable weapon. Okay, so we've got the frag grenades in now. We can have high explosive for better damage. Breaching will pierce armor a little bit better. Cryogenic might freeze people. And Incendiary is obviously the fire one. Let's go for some high explosives. I do like my high explosives in Fallout 4. Now, this is a little bit more interesting here. So you can have no custom names here, which is fine. Formal names will make it just that. Dragon names, we'll just call it a dragon, so if you want to touch the dragon head onto that'd make a little bit more sense. You can call it a gemstone one, which is actually kind of cool. And automatopoeia is just making the noise sound with words. That's pretty much what that means. But I like the formal name, it keeps it nice and short, so we'll do that. Now, for the colours, you've got a whole range of colours here. Since Winter is goth, I'm going to go for a snow colour there, because that's her last name. That's canon Captain Noob stuff right there. And of course, a legendary effect is there if you want it. Incendiary, don't use that. That's a projectile changing one. So never use the projectile switching in legendary effects, because you will be disappointed. But that is our grenade launcher there. We'll grab a few more, why not? And we'll head into Gunners Plaza and blow people up. Okay, so here we are outside of immersive Gunners Plaza. Since this place has a lot of gunners for me to kill, I feel like this is a good testing ground for a grenade launcher. I believe this thing will work through them quite quickly. Now if I just reload this thing pretty quick, as you can tell there, we've got the assault rifle animations as I aggro everyone with the noise of them taking out the mag there. But luckily the modder has gone ahead and placed that little handle there, so you grab onto that when you reload, so it makes it look like, you know, makes sense, which is great. Obviously this is a very slow reload animation because I've got the big drum mag in there, but anyways, we'll go ahead and get stuck in some of these gunners there. As you can tell there, it's a little bit hard to aim through this sight there. It doesn't really account for drop or anything, so it's just there for looks, I guess. But luckily for you, you can just go ahead and see this thing's drop in real time, you can actually track the grenade with your eyes and then make a judgment there, which is pretty good. We got decent range on this, and the splash damage is very high. For some reason that grenade exploded like in the air, so if for some reason that was air burst, but as you can tell, when you're getting surrounded by guys, you can make them die very, very quickly indeed. And I'm not really firing this as fast as you could possibly can, so if I just go ahead and reload, we'll try and kill this gunner, or this next group of gunners up there. Here's a couple over there. Alright, we'll just blow this guy up, just nice and simple. Okay, he got killed. Do that. Okay, now they've all gathered up. We'll fire this as fast as we can, and look at that DPS that you get out of it. That's crazy. Now, when it comes to weapons like this, obviously you might throw the overpowered card at it right now, but generally with grenade launchers in video games, the main limitation to them is that you're not allowed to have a lot of ammo on them, which makes them, you know, you want to use these things sparingly because your ammo doesn't really last forever, as I failed to zero in that target there, but that's fine. But in Fallout 4, where ammo is weightless in some difficulties, you can go ahead and chuck in 1,000 in your inventory, and that's going to be just fine there. In fact, I'm going to lob a grenade over here in VATS there, and unfortunately the grenade got there as soon as I hit the crit button. Can I actually see that? No, it actually went. You just got a cinematic shot of the dude getting hit in the face there, which is unfortunate. I'd rather it have the broadsider camera controls with it. Also, is that a tracking thing? No, it is not. Okay, so that might have actually been a cool modification to have on this. But anyways, that's the high explosive. We'll switch over to our futuristic one. We'll have a quick look in third person there. Very, very nice. This one's got the cryo grenades, so let's see what we can do with that. Okay, we're getting our ass handed to us by that gunner there, but we managed to take her out, which is good. And we'll quickly jump up here and take that gunner out. 2 grenades should do her in. Very good. And these ones are gathered in, so we'll pop up another couple of grenades there. So obviously this is the same explosion as the grenade launch, or the cryogenic grenades, and they do a little bit more energy damage. Direct hits will definitely do you well there. And we've got a quicker reload now, so it's a little bit more tolerable. You might actually want to put in the smaller mag, simply because the reload is that quick that it's going to outpace the DPS of that slow reload from the 13 round drum anyway, so that's kind of interesting. Alright, we'll go for number 3. This one's got the good old, oh, hang on, why did that gunner die? I heard a gunner die even though I wasn't shooting at them, then I saw a body flip out there. Anyways, this is got the incendiary grenades on it, and it's going to explode a little bit like a Molotov there, but it won't have the same Molotov glass cracking sound there. I've got the dragon barrel in it. As you can tell there, you've got glow maps for where the eyes are, which is actually really badass there. Wasn't really keen on this barrel until I actually saw that bit there, so that's bloody brilliant. I love that. Okay, we'll quickly jump up these stairs here as quickly as I can. Now, clearing out the room with this thing is going to be a little bit more on the risky side, since I might get myself caught in the splash damage. You stop shooting at me, you cheeky gunner. And thanks for the assist, Mr. Mysterious Stranger. If you can be bothered shooting him, there he goes. He pulls the clutch shot at just the right time there. So we'll go ahead and unlock this. Luckily, I've got easy lock picking on. I can just hold one key and that's done. And clearing out a room is as easy as pulling the trigger multiple times and firing in the same spot. The splash damage on this thing is definitely very good. Now, when it comes to using this thing outside, yeah, you've got a lot of open space and that to not kill yourself with, but when it comes to the confines of Gunner's Plaza, it might be a little bit more difficult. So we're going to have to play with a little bit of caution here, but we'll try to clear out Gunner's Plaza without blowing ourselves up. I wonder how this will go. Okay, so you know what, we'll have a look at all of these things in first person or third person, because I haven't really shown that off yet. So this is the one with the 13 round drum there. A little bit of clipping on the wrist there. That is why the thumbnail's taken from this side, by the way. As you can tell, the foregrip there isn't held. This thing just uses assault rifle animations. It makes it a little bit more tactical, but you won't get any use out of that foregrip there. This is our futuristic one. I've got a hex texture on that, which makes it even more futuristic, because yeah, that's cool. Got the high-tech barrel, high-tech optics on that. And this is the dragon one up close. Went for a metal stock on that and the dark red color there. That definitely looks pretty good there. Not as good as Fafnir though. Nothing can really top that. Okay, we'll move over to the cryo ones at this stage, and we'll go into sneaky mode. as the game starts trying to figure out what to spawn. And we'll go ahead and take out these guys from this safe distance there. That seems to be good. As long as we can keep our distance, we should be fine. And as long as we actually get the hits where hitboxes aren't going to put us in the range of the splash damage, I think we'll also be fine. So at this point, getting these guys killed with firing grenades up here is going to be a very easy way to deal with this situation. It's barely noticeable because I'm killing them that fast, but the cryo does slow people down, which is interesting. That basic gunner went down in one. We'll bring out the dragon one again because that's an awesome one, and we'll quickly crouch here and get a sneak attack crit with a grenade launcher. Prepare to die, gunner conscript, and die she did. Now, one of the things that's a little bit disappointing about this weapon is that the cylinder doesn't actually rotate between shots, so that might take you out of it a little bit, but personally it's not too much of an issue. I can live with it, that's fine. So maybe grabbing out the receiver or the mags without the cylindrical little ammo tubes there might be a little bit more immersive if that's kind of your thing. Alright, we'll bring out our big high explosive one now and just bounce explosives around the corner like any true Battlefield player would. Down you go. And everything is upset by all the physics objects and the force of the grenades, which makes for a lot of fun. If you just want to ragdoll a few corpses, then this is a good way of doing that. I'm not going to fire this too fast because any one of those things could bounce back in my face, and if I fire another grenade at that point I am dead. But oh well. Alright, so we'll go ahead and shoot that one who is unaware, even though 40mm grenades have been going off in this building for quite some time now. I don't know. Ooh, and we get a super jump there too. Yeah, that seems to happen when you're sort of stuck on terrain and you jump out of it. Maybe it's when you jump at this specific moment where your sole survivor would actually, overcome a little bit of terrain there, so the game gives you a lot more elevation than you need. So, ooh, looks like we're breaking down the movement mechanics here, so I'm guessing that means this weapon is good. Also, we've got no chance to hit the combat inhibitor, which means this thing is not not compatible with the... Oh, there we go, there's the grenade projectile. That's the VATS thing I was looking for, and unfortunately the thing lasted too long and we didn't get to see the thing get hit, but that's fine. That was a cool VATS shot, by the way. Anyways, alright, or a VATS camera angle there. We'll quickly try to bounce a grenade there we go. Okay, so there you have it. That was the grenade launcher in Gunner's Plaza there, and you know what? It actually went pretty smooth. I didn't actually kill myself, which is great. All of the damage was done from enemies and not me, so aim must be on point today. Okay, we'll take on some super mutants, run the gauntlet. I feel like it'll pass that in in a very quick time. Okay, so we'll start the gauntlet off just by trying to kill the guys that are surrounding the little bunker there. So no reason to go into cover, we'll just take them out as they come along. So we'll just spam some grenades down there. Yes, who needs to play Battlefield when you can spam grenades in Fallout 4 instead? Oh yeah, speaking of Battlefield, alright, never mind, I already talked about that trailer thing where people are getting mad because there's women in it. They like progressivism, they're Swedes, get over it. Okay, there we go. Alright, we've finished off these gunners, and you know what, we'll take out these raiders too. Do we have a shot on them in VATS? Yes, we do. Let's hope for a cool VATS camera angle. Now we wait for that projectile to get there. There we go. I think she sort of realized just before the grenade hit her that someone was shooting at her, which it was too late at that point. By that point, she's already had her face full of 40mm grenade. Okay. Raiders go down very easily. They're not exactly the strongest variants of human enemies to fight in the game. Pretty sure the gunners are, to be honest, but we'll move on. Or maybe the Brotherhood of Steel and their power armor dudes, they're pretty hard to beat. And no appearance for the bear. Okay, looks like he's not at home today. That's fine, we'll move straight on to the super mutants. We'll whip out our cryogenic one again. Where's the bloke that's sitting up there usually? Let's see if we can aggro him a little bit. If I can just get that thing right. There we go. So we got a couple of waypoints there on the map, and we'll just bomb that dude over there so his attack dog doesn't get us. I've memorized the spawns now. There we go. Now, unlike usual, where I'd have to sort of work around that cover, we can just go straight over it. And the good thing about playing this in the dead of night, in terms of like the game time, you can actually sort of freeze your enemies, then you'll actually have a clearer sight picture, because for whatever reason Bethesda decided to just make the whole mesh like super white. Also, let's see if I can actually hit that person. I think I'm either going over. I think I might be going over because none of them have exploded yet. There we go, that's the stuff. So we'll just put more grenades there. Yes, as you can tell, that when that dude was frozen, he was so much easier to see there. He glows along the terrain there, which makes him easy to see. Also, I've noticed that this dragon grenade makes it sound a little bit differently. And that's actually a kind of a cool thing. If it was like a... I don't know what sound you'd make a dragon grenade launcher make, but I feel like that'd be a cool idea to have some sort of different sound for the different barrels of this. So, yeah, I'm not really breaking a sweat at this point. The only damage I've actually taken is to a little bit of the radiation exposure. And some bullets hit me there, but we're tanky, we can take it, that's fine. Alright, we'll switch back over to our high explosive for them. Yes, direct hits will definitely take these guys out very quickly. So, as long as you've got the ammo to really run this thing as a permanent primary weapon, you can absolutely wreck face with it. But you gotta be careful in the tight confines of the interiors, which you might want to bring up, I don't know, maybe some sort of rifle with you. The choices are pretty much infinite when it comes to full modding, or at least as much as you can do. Just wait until the Mark 14 EBR comes out, then it will be infinite. Okay. We'll move on to Gerald at this point. We'll see if we can slow him down with our cryo grenade projectiles there. So, open up Gerald. You're about to get bombed there. And it's good that he hangs around all of his mates there, because with that, we're able to kill all of his mates there. Oh, okay. Looks like he's not particularly wanting to be slowed down by the cryos, which means we have to go for plan B, which is stand back to where we can't get us, and that's our way to victory. It looks like it's working so far. Now, despite being a heavy grenade launcher, this thing does do pretty well in terms of its VAT efficiency. I do believe that most of that can be attributed to its... Ooh, that grenade got there late. I think if you... Can we get a hit on him? No. I think all of the guaranteed shots in VATs will hit him even if you're not in VATs, so that's kind of weird. So that was like a homing grenade type thing, so weird. Maybe if that was like the futuristic one, then that'd be fine with that. Also, that would be a thing that would be kind of cool, actually. Having a homing grenade as like a different ammo type. There we go. So, at this point, we should probably actually just turn around and make sure we don't get crushed by his mighty fire hydrant club. There we go, which is a huge fire hydrant, by the way. That's even bigger than it is scaled for the vanilla game. I can believe Swan's giant anchor when it comes to his buffed up boss counterpart, but not a giant fire hydrant like that. It's a little bit off the giant fire hydrant that the Hubology people live around in the Nuka World DLC there. So in terms of the cryo damage here, it's doing alright. You get an extra 80 odd damage out of it. Although I'm gonna switch over to the different grenades there, because just how the effect works, it will actually blind the player somewhat. So he's going for a stomp there, that's fine, I can live with that. There we go. He did 8 damage to himself, or maybe that was me. Also, don't forget to friggin' reload the thing in VATs. That was kind of annoying there, but whatever. Okay, now we've got a little bit more action points to spare. We'll just go back in this fence line and we'll hit him in the face there. He should be just about dead. Looks like I found the cheese spot when it comes to this boss. And you know what? We've got 600 more grenades on us. We'll go ahead and spam all that we can at him. Throw everything you've got. And he will be dead, assuming I can aim. You know what? We'll pay out the dragon one again. That's got a quicker reload on it. Much quicker. So we'll have a little bit of an easier time hitting this guy with follow-up shots. And it looks like he's gotten himself stuck on terrain again. So I do not have to move here. We just got to quickly finish him off there. And you died doing what you loved, ramming Nuka-Cola. That's an interesting death position there. It looks like he tried to slide under and sort of knocked himself out, and now he's just kind of stuck there. He's even reaching out for help. He's like, help me, bro. But no, we're not giving him help, we're giving him death. Like all Brotherhood of Steel Sentinels should do to the super mutant population. But you know what, that's enough of me shit posting aside. Let's go ahead and call it a video there. So there you go, that was a grenade launcher there, definitely a potent weapon, maybe overpowered, but again, finding limited grenades in the game without cheats is probably going to make this thing a little bit more balanced. But in terms of a primary weapon where you want to do damage to people, even on very hard, you can make good use out of this thing. So I do highly recommend this mod. Links will be in the description, PC, and soon to be Xbox One, if not already. This dude usually ports his stuff onto PC, the Xbox One, I think. I have to check my facts there, but if it is on Xbox One, link will be down there. Thank you very much for watching, guys.